Hello, my name is Roy, and in this video I am going to show you how to create a drop-down list in Excel. But before I get into that, if you're new here, give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, go down to the comments and write "I subscribe" so that I can show you my appreciation. It does a couple of things for me. It helps push this video out to more people, and it could potentially help more people. It also gives me the opportunity to go in and personally thank you for watching my video and for subscribing. So please do that, and I appreciate it. Okay, now in Excel, sometimes, and this is exceedingly helpful when you're sharing Excel with, say, Microsoft 365 or OneDrive, and you have multiple users coming onto the same exact Excel file, and they're all editing data. You don't want them to be typing different things because you want to be able to report on it. And in this instance, I have a generated list, excuse me, it's over here, I believe, over here, that was random generated using ChatGTP, random names, random ID numbers. And what I want to do is I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to hold a meeting. It is going to be, you can decide if you want to go or not. And I want these individuals to go check with these people and give me a yes or no if they're coming or maybe. So we're going to create a new column here in column C. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to insert a new column here. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want the same format as over there. You could also use the format painter to copy the format, but I'm using insert. Okay, now we're going to say attending, A-T-T-E-N-D-I-N-G, question mark. This is the column where we want the other individuals on this file to have access and enter their information. Now from here, we're going to click this top cell, column 2. We're going to hold down Control and Shift on the keyboard at the same time. We're going to press the down arrow. That's going to select everything in this column. You could select only a certain amount of cells if you wanted, but I just selected everything except for that first column. Okay. Now, what you want to do is come over here to Data, and you want to go to Data Validation. Okay. Now, instead of any value, because we don't want them to just enter any willy-nilly value like we already talked about, then we're going to come down and we're going to say a list. Okay. Now, you want to separate your list items with a comma. So we're going to say yes, comma, no, comma, maybe. Those are the options. That's it. That's the only thing they're going to be able to type. Now, when you create a list in Excel, it does not give you an error if you tried typing something else. So we're going to be polite and we're going to add an error. And the error is going to say, please select an option from the list. Okay. So now in Settings, on the Settings tab, we have List is the only thing allowed. We have both of these boxes checked. We have the sources yes, no, and maybe. And then in our error alert, we have please select an option from the list. Okay. Now you'll notice we have a little drop down, and we could say yes, no, or maybe. Now that we have those, we could shrink that down, and you could start typing yes, select it, no, or maybe as well, and get those options relatively quick. You can also Control C for copy. You could select a whole bunch of cells and paste. It will allow the maybe because it is one of the allowed options. Now, what happens if we type flying monkeys? It's going to pop up and it's going to say our error message that we politely typed, please select an option from the list. It'll give us the option to retry, and we'll say yes. Okay. Now, let's say you have a lot more options that you want to control and have people enter in. For example, the opposite of this. We have something else over here, and we want someone to type a person's name into the option. Okay? So we're going to say insert, I'm going to say name here. Now, when you use the data validation option and you do a comma to separate your options, you have a limit of 255 characters. So let's say we wanted to have all 50 of these names. Again, I'm going to hold Control Shift down and press the down arrow, which is going to select all of those for me. I'm going to say Control C. I'm going to open a new tab, Control V. I'm going to insert at the top here. I should have grabbed that first one just for name. Name. All right. So this is now our control, okay, because we want people to be able to type names. in a different instance or anything else, you can actually use this table for anything you want to have control. This is now your control table. This is your set criteria that you want to have typed in. Okay. Now, what we could do is we could come over here to this column. Okay. Same thing, Control Shift down, and we're going to say data validation. Okay. And we like that. If it's an error, you know, whatever. Settings. This time, for the D column, we're going to delete everything there. We're going to come over here and press Sheet 1. See how it grabs Sheet 1 for us. And we're going to select there. We're going to click and drag. See that? How it's grabbing all those columns or line items. Now, Sheet 1, Column A, Row 2 to Column A, Row 51. You could type this in however you wanted. You could make that longer, shorter, add more columns, column A, B, whatever, but that is now our list of criteria. So we're going to say OK. Now in this, over here we still have yes, no, maybe. Over here we have a list of names, and if somebody starts typing a first name, like say Patricia Harris down there, and we're going off of last name because that is how this name field is formatted. We start typing H. Those are all the people with a last name of H, or H beginning with one of the letters, and they could pick it. That is a way that you can use data validation to pick a drop-down list, and you can have a drop-down list that is longer than 255 characters and a drop-down list that is just as simple as a yes, no, maybe. Hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video to anyone who may need it. Don't forget to bookmark it if this is something that you end up doing all the time and or you forget how to do. And I'll see you on the next video.